Dennis Byrne and John Hoyne have switched wings. The referee, Willie Barrett, his 5th championship match of the season. And of Offaly's matches so far this year, they've played 4. He's refereed 3 of them. So Willie Barrett gets the match underway. It's the 112th All-Ireland hurling final. Johnny Pilkington, Offaly playing from left to right. Willie O'Connor, the Kilkenny captain, down towards DJ Carey, coming out, getting good quality ball, laying it off neatly. Dennis Byrne whipping on it, and that ball has gone just to the right. Byrne playing across there at right half forward in a switch with John Hoyne. Hoyne will be number 10. So Stephen Byrne about to puck this one out, playing in his 17th championship match. Broken down by Philly Larkin to Andy Comerford. Down towards Charlie Carter, no chance in the world of getting that one. He's been marked this afternoon, Charlie, by Niall Claffey. John Ryan hoping for some decent ball in there. He's in against Noel Hickey, Noel the farmer.
That was a quick ball by DJ to John Hoyne, and it would have settled him down probably if he could have tapped that over the bar. It was a good pass and unfortunate miss.
It's going to be Niall Claffey from Birr who will hit this one. Great club. Up towards Hannafy. Won by Philly Larkin. Team still pursuing the first score of this match. Henry Shefflin. Simon Wheelahan close to him, not close enough. Good work by Kevin Martin. Dropped into the inside forward line towards Michael Dignan. Not a great ball. Outside towards Andy Comerford. Over there chasing after is Brendan Murphy. Still Comerford. Charlie Carter races in after it. Claffey is there for company. DJ Carey going across. Kevin Keenahan. And the referee deciding that it's a free in for Kilkenny. Keenahan, the judge to have fouled DJ Carey. What a task he's got this afternoon. So will this be the opening point of the match? Henry Shefflin about to take it. Going across here to Dennis Byrne, better angle. Good choice, great point. Clever point.
Very difficult angle, picked his man out very well.
Dennis Byrne, man of the match, of course, in the semi-final win against Galway. This is where Shefflin picked out the loose player, and Dennis Byrne had plenty of latitude. Pressure now on the Kilkenny backs, broken down by Eamon Kennedy. Gary Hannafy getting it in there. Outside towards Joe Dooley. Pressurising Michael Cavanagh. Andy Comerford trying to roll it up onto the stick. Joe Oakley there. Belted into space, only as far as Kennedy. The centre half back gets him right downfield towards John Power. He's going to have a tussle in there. You feel with Gerardi. But Power wins this one. Kevin Martin tries to close it down. Gerardi is the number 6. Dennis Byrne appealing as well, but it's going to be a sideline ball for Offaly. Well, you think about the past 20 years and what a wonderful 20 years it has been for Offaly in particular. But in that space of time, Kilkenny have exactly the same number of All-Irelands as Offaly, 4. So Claffey will hit this one. Had a fine debut against Wexford in the championship. Up towards the centre half forward, Gary Hannafy. It breaks loose, however. Still they try to get that ball forward. Stopped. Kennedy driving it downfield. Back once again it comes. Philly Larkin in here to intercept. Just 1 point in the match so far, that credited to Dennis Byrne.
Philly Larkin has started off much better in the last 2 days. He really seems to be fired up because he had 2 particularly bad days. So it looks promising for Philly at the start.
I think he really needed to up his performance. Here comes Andy Comerford. In towards Henry Shefflin. Ready to take off, ready to cut loose, falling, striking the ball over the bar. Shefflin from Shamrocks. Kilkenny have made the best possible start. He was on his knees when he hit that one eventually. Taking off here. Down he went, but over the ball went. So now it's the turn of Offaly, who look for something from their forward line. Kennedy whipping on that one. Philly Larkin again. Getting it out as far as Andy Comerford. Kilkenny beaten the last two hurling finals. Charlie Carter looking a little bit disappointed. It's Charlie's 22nd championship match. Scored indeed against Offaly last time they met. Pat Fleury, who remembers great days playing against Kilkenny. Claffey in no particular hurry. Helicopters overhead. Ger Oakley had such a good semi-final. Up towards Joe Dooley. It beats him over. Not so Philly Larkin. Back in towards Henry Shefflin. 3 against 2 in there. Claffey fumbles. DJ's on his right. DJ Carey. Only 6 minutes gone. DJ Carey was anticipating, showed lightning pace and a dashing finish. He didn't score, of course, in last year's final. But here he is in the early stages of the 2000 final, making sure. That was as emphatic as they come. He had support, he didn't need it. Horn was close, but the ball sprayed in past Stephen Byrne.
That's another wonderful DJ goal. You know, it's easy to say, it's easy to criticise, it's easy to be, he should do this, he should do that. It's an All-Ireland final within 6 minutes. He's a brilliant goal in the back of the net, placed right in the corner. That's superb skill, and it has to be admired.
Johnny Dooley about to hit this one, looking for the first point for Offaly, and he puts him wide. That's a bad miss.
A surprising miss from Johnny.
Just to make sure that the scoreline you saw there, it is 1 goal and 2 points to no score.
Incidentally, Ger, that goal is off DJ's left. The last 2 matches are off his right. Doesn't matter which way they fall.
And certain experts tell us he's not a good player. This comes back to Kevin Martin. This is really putting it up to the faithful county right now. Eamon Kennedy. Caught by Martin once again. Dennis Byrne was challenging. It wasn't an effective challenge. Willie O'Connor there. Michael Dignan. He's an experienced performer. Can he lead the way? Comes out once again to John Ryan. Joe Dooley looking for a point just to settle down Offaly. And he's got a beauty.
That is a magnificent point. I mean, that's as good as DJ's goal in terms of execution. And this man, Gentleman Joe, a wonderful player. That is an extremely good point.
Look how far out he was. Look, Andy Comerford was after him, trying to close him down. Very awkward angle, and he still made it.
Yes, and he's able to strike the ball any side, up and down, at any height, and that's just an incredible piece of skill.
James McGarry pucking this one out. Cousin of DJ Carey, of course. Philly Larkin pressing forward time and again. Oakley getting it out. Up it comes towards Michael Dignan. Willie O'Connor's there as well. Peter Barry close at hand. Here comes Michael Kavanagh. Young player. Down towards Andy Comerford, battling in there with Ger Oakley. Picked up here by Brendan Murphy. He's a really pacey player, but that's Brian McAvoy. First time we've seen him in the match. That'll do his confidence a lot of good. Here they come with John Horn. Surprise choice inside for Henry Shefflin. Birmingham goal again. Stopped on the line, and it's in. DJ and Henry Shefflin were close at hand.
Seemed to cross the line, Ger, perhaps.
May well have done it. It's 2-2 to a point. Did Henry Shefflin get it? I think he may well have done so. Let's look again before DJ got the touch to it. I think it had gone over the line. The credit will go to Shefflin. A goal after 9 minutes. 2 goals in 3 minutes.
That was an extremely important win by John Hine. John Hine made that goal. He beat his man and made the play.
Here comes Shefflin once again. Won't come up from this time. Simon Whelan is in there. this is a terrible start by Offaly. There's DJ, and there is another score.
How about that for a point, Joe? How about that for a point?
He's not a bad young player, this guy.
He'll do, I think.
He'll be 30 this year, you know, DJ Carey. Here he comes off. Wheelhan unable to get in the block, and that's over the bar.
You know, it's got to be said, I'm surprised the young it's amazing that they have left Henry Shevlin be marked by Simon Wheelhan. I mean, before this game, he was murdering the last day. I mean, this is going to change this whole game. I can't believe they've left him on him.
That was his goal. He went over the line. It was kicked out by Claffey, but it had crossed the line. There's a change of the marking. Simon Wheelhan is now switching across, and Claffey is after going on Henry Shevlin.
But to be fair, I mean, against Offaly and against their structure before the game, this was on the cards, let's be fair. And they got away with it in Joe Dean, but this was on the cards today, and it's a surprise. There's no question it's a surprise.
Is this going to be a very one-sided final? That is the worry. Eamon Kennedy. Brian McAvoy, and the referee is calling aside. One of the players seems to be Eamon Kennedy. And his name is going to go into the referee's notebook, and there will probably be, and indeed there is, a yellow card.
I mean, Offaly are a proud county, and this team is a proud team. They have got to dig deep and battle back, and they have done it in the past, and hopefully they can make a game of this. It's going to be very, very important for them now.
Johnny Dooley's missed one already, but this is from closer into goal, and he pops it over the bar. And the captain gets his first point of the match.
Gerard, to be fair to young Simon Wheelhan as well, I mean, he's giving serious height and strength advantage to Henry Shevlin. And I mean, it's a serious task to ask him to do that job. And obviously it's proved difficult.
Dennis Byrne trying to break that one down. John Power is in here, but it's Brendan Murphy once again. Test now of Offaly's renowned character and fighting ability. Eamon Kennedy on for Power. Beyond DJ Carey, Kevin Keenan has arrived. Here comes Henry Shevlin. Lovely pick up by Charlie Carter. Carter chased there by Simon Wheelhan, and that's got over the bar. Everything is going right for Kilkenny. Everyone in the inside forward line is now scored.
You said it'll be the key, Gerard. It's 2-3 for that line in something like 9 minutes, is it?
Yep. 12 minutes gone at this stage, but this is sensational scoring. They look so determined. Ger Henderson there, one of the selectors, along with Johnny Walsh and Brian Cody, of course. Michael Dykeman. Johnny Pilkington playing it in here. John Ryan tried to nurse it inside. Joe Dooley was around, but it's gone wide. It was interesting, that goal there that we saw a little while ago by Henry Shevlin. I think Simon Wheelhan was probably caught in no man's land. He was coming to try and cover Brian Wheelhan, his brother, and just got caught badly. Pat Fleury, Ger Coughlin, Pat Cleary as well, of course, on the left-hand side there. Scored a great goal in the 1985 final. McGarry. Here's Brian Wheelhan. And Hoyne is in there to do a job on Brian Wheelhan. Just trying to disrupt his normal fluid action. Ger Oakley out by Johnny Pilkington, up towards Joe Dooley. Gary Hannafy can't lift it up. This is Joe Dooley, the one man who might give them leadership out there. Here comes Peter Barry. A very, very good wing back, Peter Barry. Not a great clearance, only as far as Johnny Pilkington. Racing by Willie O'Connor, the hand pass inside for John Ryan on the end line. And stopped by Willie O'Connor, and it's gone for a 65.
Just quickly, Gerard, on John Hoyne. John Hoyne has been an exceptionally good underage player, brilliant for Kilkenny in under 21, a big, strong, hardy lad. He will cause plenty of problems for Brian Wheelhan, there's no question. But I think Offaly might prefer from high ball to John Ryan, because he certainly has advantage as well over Noel Hickey in terms of height.
Johnny Dooley to take the 65. They need everything at this stage, and he's got another one. Point from free, you go for 65, and it's 243 points.
Still a long way to go. Need an Offaly goal.
But there is a long way to go.
Comeback kids.
You wouldn't bet against them with 5 minutes to go.
Absolutely no way.
Ger Oakley rising up for this one, got the stick to it. Johnny down as far as Brian McAvoy. Beyond DJ Carey, Simon Whelan. Neat pick up, he's pushed by Charlie Carter, free out to Offaly. Shaken ahead by Charlie, but I think he knew that he was guilty in that instance. There he goes, little push, down you go, and Simon Whelan winning the free. Up towards Gary Hannafin. He's really got to get up there and catch those balls as he did in the semi-final against Cork. Back to Johnny Dooley. This should be James McGarry's, it is. Noticing the positioning of Peter Barry, stepping away from, attempting to step away from Johnny Pilkington. Johnny committing the foul, free to Kilkenny.
Offaly are going to need people like Johnny Pilkington now, and Joe and Johnny Dooley, and these people to really dig out a performance for Offaly.
Peter Barry's free, down towards John Power. Comerford is here, Oakley. John Power, whipped away by Johnny Dooley. Beautiful turn by Michael Diamond, but can he get it on his stick? He's been held and it's a free into Offaly. Jersey was being tugged, the referee has said. So a chance of another score. Willie O'Connor has had his number recorded by the referee. Just moments ago, Johnny Pilkington also had his number taken. Johnny Dooley, 2 points so far. He's got yet another. All the Offaly scores have been scored by the Dooley brothers.
That was a beautiful piece of skill by Michael Dignan. He flicked the ball around Willie O'Connor. Michael Dignan got enough supply. And Offaly were going well, he could do damage.
Johnny Dooley is going very, very deep to try and collect the puck outs here. Johnny Pilkington drifts back as well, picks up Brian McAvoy. A lot of the puck outs are favouring the right half forward position. Here comes Kevin Keenan. Belted back in towards Gary Hannafin. Joe Dooley, good ground stroke. And beyond John Ryan, however. And the goalkeeper says, let's take it nice and handy. We'll go for a puck out. 17 minutes gone, going nicely for the Cats.
Still a goal that turned this around big time, Ger.
Joe Dooley's goal, I think, in the Leinster final, second half of that, that's the only one that's beaten James McGarry so far in this championship. That was Joe Erity, Gary Hannafin, leaving it behind to Eamon Kennedy. Back it comes again. Brendan Murphy, partly blocked. Here's Phil Larkin, hand-passed outside to Andy Comerford. Dropped in towards Henry Shefflin, being marked by Niall Claffey. Claffey drops it down, but there is Brian Ryan. Johnny Dooley, not a great strike. Brian McAvoy picks out his man here, who happens to be John Hoyne. And John Hoyne drops it in, but only as far as Stephen Byrne. Dignan was anticipating, he's got it. Lovely hand pass ahead. Johnny Pilkington, one man who certainly could cause problems to the Kilkenny half-back line. Willie O'Connor, standing firm. Here's John Ryan, lovely try. Beating Peter Barry, hand pass inside to Pilkington, dropped it at the most inappropriate time. It's ripped wide, and it's right by Michael Dignan. He can't believe it. That was the best goal chance that Offaly has had so far. The result of a lot of good work here. John Ryan inside, dropped down, Pilkington in, and Dignan flashes it across the goal ball area.
He'll be disappointed with that miss. He'll be disappointed.
That's a big miss. That's a very big miss.
It was just what Offaly needed was a goal there. It would have brought the game right back to a 3-point game.
But at least it will give them enormous encouragement to feel that the task can be achieved this afternoon. Inside towards Pilkington. Joe Dooley was coming onto it. Pilkington there still. Back towards Michael Dignan. Space. Good ball in. Here's John Ryan. And James McGarry is held inside. Free out to Kilkenny. Good goalkeeping.
Still, you get the impression if enough high ball goes into John Ryan, he's definitely going to cause a lot of problems in there for Kilkenny.
Kilkenny have taken the foot off the accelerator, as they say, in the last couple of minutes.
Dangerous against these people, Ger.
McGarry's free towards Andy Comerford. John Power coming through from centre half forward, back to Comerford. They look for another score after a couple of close shaves at the other end. And Andy Comerford puts it over the bar. It's his first point of the day. And he makes it 2-5 to 4 points.
You'd have to expect Gerard Oakley has made very little contribution yet for Offaly, and he's going to have to get to grips with Andy Comerford, because it's certainly causing problems for Offaly in midfield.
He's doing well in midfield there alongside Brian McAvoy, who was the great injury worry in the build-up to this final. Here's Johnny Dooley. Willie O'Connor racing out first time, beating Joe Dooley to it. Brian Wheelahan, very commanding at right half back, getting away from John Hoyne into Ger Oakley. Stopped there by Joe Dooley, picked up here instead by Brian McAvoy. Here comes Oakley again. Ger Oakley coming to life at midfield, sending it in, but sending it to the right. It's a bad miss. That's 5 wide so far for Offaly. That's a lot.
That would have settled him down, actually. He just had a good little passage there. That would have helped him enormously if he could have got that point. He should have done, really.
Oakley at midfield alongside Johnny Dooley. McGarry playing in his 8th championship match. Again going to that right half forward position. But it's Andy Comerford. Stopped here by Kevin Martin. In towards Joe Dooley and John Ryan. James McGarry once again knocking it back into the centre of the field. Brian McAvoy. He's done very little training in the last couple of weeks because of that shoulder injury, but the referee decides there's going to be a throw in between John Dooley and Brian McAvoy. Free awarded to Kilkenny. Must keep a close eye as well this afternoon, Liam, on the puckouts and whether or not the goalkeepers go outside their small rectangle.
Oh, well, it mightn't matter as much since the pitch is a bit longer now, Ger.
Here comes Dennis Byrne. Nicely taken. Joe Rarity settling down well at centre half back. Out by Niall Claffey to Johnny Pilkington. Intended for Brendan Murphy, but Philly Larkin's having a good first half. Here's Charlie Carter racing across there as well as Simon Wheelahan. That's the change of marking, of course, from the last couple of minutes. Andy Comerford coming through, and the referee saw there was a foul there. Kevin Martin doesn't agree, the linesman stepping in quickly, but it is going to be a free into Kilkenny. This is what happened here. Again, difficult to see where there was a foul there.
A dubious foul, Gerard, to be fair. I think Kevin Martin, it looked to me to be a fair shoulder.
It'll be Henry Shefflin to take this one, a goal and a point so far to his credit. And he's put it between the posts. He's enjoying his final here, and so are Kilkenny, leading by 2-6 to 4 points. Offaly need a goal, quickly. Gary Hannafy going up with the stick this time. It breaks through, stopped by Michael Kavanagh. Willie O'Connor, the captain. Towards DJ Carey, Dennis Byrne instead. That's Simon Wheelahan whipping it back into midfield to Ger Oakley. Just about managed to pick that one up. Follows it through himself here. Stopped by Brian McAvoy. Support play over here from Brendan Murphy. Johnny Dooley, 65 metres out. It's one they could have done with big time.
We haven't seen Brendan Murphy yet, because Philly Larkin is having a really outstanding first half on him, but Brendan hasn't been the kind of light he has been for the last few matches for Offaly.
What about a switch at this stage? Would you switch Brendan Murphy, say, into the inside forward line?
Well, I mean, it's hard to think, because Michael Dignan is a big trump for them inside. John Ryan is as well. Joe Dooley they don't want to bring out, I'm sure. So I think they'll persevere for another while.
John Hoyne breaking this one down. Here's Johnny Dooley. This is stopped here by Eamon Kennedy. Referee whistles against him.
Very difficult decision that. You could have given it either way.
There are a number of baffling decisions in this match.
Sure, Eamon Kennedy feels hard done by in that one.
It's Johnny Dooley who will take the free in any case. That's the 65-metre line, the Offaly 65-metre line, so it's a long way out. And he's put this one over the bar. 4 points now for Johnny Dooley, all of them from frees, including a 65, but that was a huge one. And they keep in touch.
Actually, Gary Hannafy has gone to the inside line to play full forward, which again they're looking for height, and they brought John Ryan out on Eamon Kennedy, who is having the better of it at centre back at the moment.
Again, the puck out, familiar direction, down to right half forward, down as far as Dennis Byrne, cross towards John Hoyne, beating Brian Wheelahan to it. And the goalkeeper taking absolutely no risk.
To be fair, I think Kilkenny have gone a little bit flat since their whirlwind start. They seem to have the same bite since they got that good start.
This is towards Michael Dygan, but it's stopped instead by Peter Barry, the left half back. Brian McAvoy just over Brian Wheelahan's head, but he still manages to go back. This most accomplished defender, wonderful player. Cross towards Brendan Murphy. We know he's got pace if he can get moving. There's great vision. Oakley having some difficulty, 2 against 1. Here comes Andy Comfort. Kilkenny coming forward again. Michael Dygan's chasing back there, the corner forward. It's blocked in the end by Brian Wheelahan. Hand passed outside here towards Johnny Dooley. Huge one in towards Gary Hannafy. The goalkeeper making the save and the clearance. Joe Oakley seems to be calling for this one. Brendan Murphy loses his stick, he's dragged back, and it's going to be a free in.
To be fair, that was a fantastic flick by Joe O'Reilly that time when Kilkenny looked to be through another score, and it's resulted now in a free for Offaly, which should go over the bar. So full marks to Joe for a quick flick.
Once again, their familiar free taker will come across. This was that piece of defending a little while ago. Brian McAvoy is going off the Kilkenny team, and it seems to be Canis Brennan who's coming in. As suspected, he wasn't anywhere near 100% fit, and it's Canis Brennan from Connacht Shamrocks who comes in for Brian Cody's team. Dooley. Nicely taken. He's got 5 points out of Offaly's tally of 6, and his brother Joe has got the other one. And the rest of the forwards need to get moving, otherwise his team are going to win this All-Ireland.
Canis Brennan is a huge addition for Kilkenny as well, because he was brilliant in the last 2 All-Ireland finals. Now, he hasn't played any match, but I hear he's going well in training, and he will not be found wanting for heart, I can tell you that.
Offaly's inside forward line has been completely restructured. Only Joe Dooley remains from the starting 3. Johnny Pilkington and Gary Hannafy have now moved in there. Michael Dygan is out at right half forward. Meanwhile, Charlie Carter leaving this one short. Johnny Dooley out to Michael Dygan. Not a great ball, impossible for the forwards to take. Always favouring the goalkeeper. Brendan Murphy dropping it down. Peter Barry. About 6.5 minutes to go to half-time. Joe Erity stepping into the breach. Over towards Johnny Pilkington. It bounces off his hand. Good work by Eamon Kennedy. He's had his detractors, but my goodness, he's played well in this final. John Hoyne, superb in training. That's Brian Wheelahan. In towards Joe Dooley. Michael Cabot has come out to follow him. John Ryan. Here's Johnny Pilkington. They need some more scores. Can he provide it from an almost impossible angle? He can. Great point by Johnny Pilkington. Sometimes seen as the joker in the pack, but my goodness, he's serious about his hurling.
Brilliant piece of skill. Beautiful strike of the ball. That's a difficult angle.
A really difficult angle, and the Offaly fans here in the new Hogan stand, as it's taking shape, feel they're in with a chance. The margin is down to 5 points. Henry Shefflin seemed to be turning on his left-hand side, inside towards John Power instead. Dennis Byrne, lovely skill, very creative player, very assured, lovely strike. That's a second point. So 2 goals between them again. But this was Dennis Byrne at his very best, turning beautifully, and a sweet strike.
Dennis Byrne is an exceptionally fine hurler. He's got his 2 points.
Michael Duignan winning that puck out, but dropping it down then. Canis Brennan's after him. Now pursuing Johnny Dooley. That's a fine strike, or is it? No, it's just got inches to the right.
Unusual for Johnny, he normally gets those.
That's 7 wides now for Offaly against just 2 for Kilkenny. The goals have been most significant. DJ Carey after 6 minutes, Henry Shefflin after 9.
Johnny Picton has gone into corner forward, I suppose because Peter Barry's playing so well, and Michael Duignan has gone out.
Brennan. Brian Wheelahan back to Kevin Keenahan. Billy Larkin, that's a lovely catch with his left hand, and then players coming to assist. The 2 other wing backs were there to help. Claffey stumbling as he was making his way out there, but there was no foul. Kevin Keenahan watching the player on the ground, who appears to be DJ Carey, and there as well was John Hoyne. It'll be a throw ball. 4 minutes to half time.
The surprising thing, Jerry, is the Kilkenny full forward line has started to come out a lot more than they were earlier, and they're killing their own space. It's surprising.
It was all working so well for them for the opening 10 minutes, but they've had this gap over Offaly all through the first half. Joe Erity contesting with Henry Shefflin, and here comes DJ Carey. DJ Carey, saved, it's whipped in the end, but it's another goal, and it's Charlie Carter this time. 3 goals in the first half, scored by each and every one on the inside forwards. This one coming after 32 minutes. DJ was racing forward. That's a great strike, good save, and punished by Charlie Carter from the goalkeeper's angle. And who would be a goalkeeper in a match like this with DJ coming in, then Charlie? He hadn't a ghost of a chance. And on top of that, behind them, there were 2 men with white coats. They say you want to be nuts to play in goal. It's been a great first half by Kilkenny. Here's Philly Larkin. Are they on the verge of destroying Offaly in this match? They've got a 9-point or 3-goal lead. Andy Comerford. Everybody arguing their point over there. It may well be a throw ball from the linesman. It is. John Power hitting it in towards Henry Shefflin. Will they get another one? He had DJ outside him. John Hoyne was calling for it. They've got this one wide, however. It's their 3rd wide of the first half.
Bad wide by Henry Shefflin. He should have been a lot more out of that ball.
Here's DJ again, powering his way through. The keeper did so well, but great anticipation by Charlie Carter. Here he is racing through once again. It was a great stop.
I've been accused of being overboard about DJ Carey. I have absolutely no apology to make to anybody anywhere in this universe.
Here he comes again, touchdown by Henry Shefflin and popped over the bar. A goal and 2 points for DJ Carey.
I'm not so sure it's not 2 goals and 2 points, by the way, Joe. I mean, that ball may not have been over the line. I think he might have got a touch on it. I'm not sure.
Well, I think Niall Claffey may have kicked it out.
He's been involved in all 3, Joe.
He's been involved in every one, quite right. Here comes Peter Barry.
He's having a brilliant game.
They close him down once again, but he still has this self-confidence and assurance. Joe Erity doing well against John Power. Offaly will be heading into the dressing rooms in a couple of minutes' time. They really will have to come up with a game plan for the second half. Claffey. About a minute to go. Brendan Murphy. Philly Larkin loses the stick. Eamon Kennedy coming in here, playing his best game of the championship so far. Roughing it in beyond Charlie Carter. DJ coming out for it. There too is Simon Whelan. And that is going to be a sideline ball for the Cats.
Offaly have to get a goal to keep this game alive, and it certainly would make a big difference at this stage, but they have to get one to keep this game alive.
What is interesting is that Offaly have created more chances than Kilkenny in this first half. They've created 18 scoring chances. Kilkenny have created 15.
But Ger, how often have we heard that goals win matches?
Yep.
The Offaly half-forward line are not getting enough ball in.
But you recall the semi-final Offaly against Cork, when Cork went for too many goal chances, when there were points there for the taking and hit a load of wides. So that may be a worry for the Offaly management heading in at half-time, because at half-time they are well behind. They trail in this match by 10 points. 3 goals scored by DJ Carey, Henry Shefflin, Charlie Carter, and it's 3-8 to 7 points at the half-time break.
They're ready to go for the second half. Kilkenny lead then by 10 points. Let's go back to Liam and to Ger.
Thank you very much, and indeed there is a significant change straight away at the start of the second half made by the Offaly selectors. Brian Wheelahan has gone to corner forward, and of course Michael Dignan has switched with him and he's gone back to wing back. Well, Brian scored 1-6 in the 1998 All-Ireland final when they moved him up to full forward. Can you repeat that feat? Well, there's not a doubt in the world Offaly need scores quickly, and Johnny Dooley's down there injured. Peter Barry has had his number noted by referee Willie Barrett. Johnny had 10 shots at the target in the first half. He scored 5 frees, including a wonderful 65 and one from even farther out the field.
I didn't see what happened, Ger. I was looking at Brian Whelan taking up position at corner forward, but Johnny seems to have a serious head injury.
I think he was fouled by Peter Barry. Peter Barry had his number taken. You may just see it here. There you are. They crashed into one another. But what about this change now? Here he is, up corner forward. Can he work the oracle?
You actually predicted this at half-time, Ger.
I told
so
you that.
You are the oracle. But yes, I mean, what have they got to lose? Michael Dignan is as good a wing back as Brian has been today, and I think they've strengthened their position. They have to take a bold move. It is a bold move, and he is capable of getting scores. So, you know, it's the right thing to do and a good decision by Pat Fleury.
Otherwise, I think they're going to be beaten out the door. First 10 minutes of the second half are going to be highly significant. If Kilkenny can keep their focus, as they say, and get some more scores, then it's difficult to see Offaly being able to come back.
It is, but Kilkenny are going to have urgency right throughout. They can't afford to slacken for a minute, because Offaly are capable, if they get a goal, to come back again. But you can't keep going to the well, I suppose, either. So sooner or later you get caught. But it's early days. A goal by Brian Wheelahan would lift his team significantly. 2 goals by Brian Wheelahan, and we have some serious ball game.
We had a little shot there a while ago of DJ Carey, who had such a good first half, scoring a goal and 2 points. And we have made the point in the past that it's rather surprising he wasn't on the team of the millennium. Have they announced the subs yet for that team, Mother?
No, but I hear he has a reasonable chance of making the subs. Johnny
Dooley. They need something here. That's a great catch by Philly Larkin. He's having a remarkable game. They chase after him. John Ryan's trying to flick it away from him. Here's Larkin. And he is fouled unceremoniously.
A very heavy tackle, shoulder stuck in him.
Ger Oakley, the player who's being spoken to, didn't have the best of first halves, and right now he has incurred the referee's displeasure with a yellow card.
But Ger, to be fair in hurling, this goes with the territory a lot when you're coming out with a long ball. Fellas will meet you up. It was unfairly, but fellas will meet you up coming out with a ball like that, and Philly Larkin knows that too. But he's having a magnificent game, Philly Larkin, and full marks to Brian Cody. A lot of people would have criticised him severely if Philly didn't turn up trumps, but he's doing it today.
Philly Larkin today hoping to win the family's 10th All-Ireland medal. All the way in, but all the way out as well. And now Offaly are about to make a personnel change. It's time to bring on a man who might just turn it for them, John Troy. They need something special. It will be his 32nd championship match. Philly Larkin again. This time Brendan Murphy looked around, had Joe Dooley as an option. Murphy taking it in past one man, he's then fouled, and Philly Larkin is going to be spoken to by the referee for that.
Philly Larkin chopped very severely on him at that stage.
It was as Brendan Murphy was going in that the foul was committed by Larkin, and he's got himself a yellow card. So that's two members of that half-back line who've now been booked. This is it again in reprise. Oof.
Yeah, there was a heavy tackle. He was taking him out. There's no question about that, Joe.
Johnny Dooley needs this. There are 3 goals between the teams. Johnny Dooley has got 6 points. But the Offaly fans hoping for something special. John Troy still about to come in. Taken off in the quarter-final by Pat Fleury and his selectors against Derry.
Now, Ger, Brian Whelan and Joe Dooley are inside as a 2-man full forward line. John Ryan has pulled out forward a bit.
John Power wins it. A hand pass outside to Charlie Carter. Coming back from Ger Oakley to make a bit of space. And he knocks it in beautifully. What confidence, what style, what class. Charlie Carter now with a goal and 2 points. And that is from 3 shots on the target. Every one of the inside forward line now has scored a goal and 2 points if we give the goal to Henry Shefflin, and there may be a doubt about that. They need to get John Troy in very quickly. Here comes Gary Hannafy. Sent in beyond Brian Whelan, in tried towards Joe Dooley. Joe can't take it up, instead it's Willie O'Connor, the 33-year-old captain. His brother Eddie, of course, was captain back in 1993, the last year that they won the All-Ireland, beating Galway that day. Still they battle. And this time it's going to be Kilkenny's possession. Nobody in a particular hurry to take it, mind you.
Offaly were bringing on John Troy a second ago, and now he seems to have sat down again. It's surprising.
Well, he's still across on the far side of the field. This is Michael Kavanagh. Gary Hannafy. Canis Brennan just tangling with him, and that's going to be a free in for Offaly. This is where he was going away. There's Canis Brennan, and down he went, and Canis Brennan has his number taken. Free to Johnny Dooley. Just look at the spread of scores. He's got 6 points. Johnny Pilkington 1. Joe Dooley 1. Nothing else anywhere else. That's one more. So again, 3 goals the margin. Those 3 goals from the first half, and there's John Troy, made his debut against Kilkenny back in '92. Joe Erity driving it down. He was the full forward with these teams last met in the All-Ireland final. Scored a goal and 2 that day. John Power. Nicely forward for Andy Comerford. Great block down by Ger Oakley. Comes back, Igor by Clapping at the block down. This very formidable half-back line of Kilkenny excelling. Peter Barry dishing it inside there. Kevin Keane lets it spill away from his stick. Hoyne was coming in. Dennis Byrne is there as well, and Dennis Byrne puts it over the bar. It's like one of those days, everything they touch is going over. They've got a winning look about them.
But somebody's going to have to mark Peter Barry. I mean, he's let just come out there at will, and he's dominated the first half.
Well, it should be Johnny Pilkington. It's his man.
Well, Johnny's got to do a job. He's just have freedom of the park at this stage.
That's a great catch by Andy Comerford. Still they delay Offaly in bringing in John Troy. On towards Henry Shefflin. Back there defending Kevin Martin. Hoyne going through. Referee following up with the play. Nicely taken up by Michael Dignan. The number 13 who's now playing at right half back. Johnny Pilkington trying to get the better there of Peter Barry, succeeding. Gary Hannafy sending it in towards Joe Dooley. Joe, nice little flick ahead. Brendan Murphy strikes and puts it over. An impressive point by Brendan Murphy from Ballyskinner in County Offaly.
That's his first score today, and in all of the other games he's been making a major contribution. So Brendan has been quiet by his standards this year so far.
Another switch in the backline for Offaly shows Niall Claffey. Third man that he's had to mark today is Dennis Byrne. He's come out to left half back in a switch with Kevin Martin. Martin now looks like he's on Henry Shefflin. Here's John Power. Lots of switches, lots of changes. Same old story, however. Kilkenny, the dominant team. Kevin Martin comes across here. Kevin Cleanahan. Little flick outside towards Ger Oakley. DJ Carey chases after him in vain. Peter Barry across there. Now Johnny Pilkington's got loose. Possibilities here for Offaly. Willie O'Connor putting in the challenge. He's the first man. Then it's Kennedy. Backs out towards Hannafy. And Hannafy strikes it over the bar. Couple of good scores in the last few minutes. But a lot for Offaly still to do. Johnny Pilkington did really well, picking out Gary Hannafy, and the man from Burr struck it over the bar.
Offaly are not dead yet, not by a long shot. Kilkenny will start worrying if they get a goal, but turn this whole game around.
It would be some miracle, I have to say. And I remember 1994. So does everybody in Limerick, I'm sure, as well. It's asking a lot of them. There's Charlie Carter. And that has gone to the left.
You'd wonder if Charlie should have kept that ball alive, you know. I mean, at this stage you play every percentage ball you can get. A mistake-free game gets you matches, and having pot shots may not be a help.
And David Franks is the one who's coming in as substitute here, first of all, for Offaly. And Niall Claffey is going off. Franks coming in to mark Dennis Byrne. Claffey makes way. David Franks' fourth championship match, made his debut against Wexford. All the way down towards Gary Hannafy, but it's picked out of the air this time by Eamon Kennedy. He's held back, and it's a free to Kilkenny.
He's done a very important job today. Gary Hannafy was man of the match the last day. There's no question Eamon Kennedy has given him he's winning the battle.
He's showing us what he's made of this afternoon. He's responded to all the pressure. Striking this free himself, but putting it left. Again, there was an opportunity for him to have dropped it in there with such a dangerous inside forward line. Now there's a big roar.
This is a crucial time of this game now. If Offaly can get a goal here, this game can turn around, there's no question. Kilkenny haven't been getting scores now. John Troy has gone on. A goal for Offaly now would certainly turn this game back around again, no question.
So John Troy is going in. And I think it's going to be John Ryan who makes way. John Ryan off. John Troy in the action.
And he owes them a big game, Ger. John Troy owes Offaly a big game. Today's the day to go and do it.
There are about 23 minutes of this final remaining. Offaly needing scores. Meanwhile, it's John Hoyne. Inside towards Charlie Carter. That's run well by Simon Wheelahan. Comes out towards Ger Oakley. Good work in there. Determined work by Dennis Byrne. Here comes Franks. David Franks played in the quarter-final, of course, against Derry. John Troy, first touch. Philly Larkin back there, pressurised by Brendan Murphy. Under intense pressure. John Troy. That's blocked in there. Troy gets it back. Does well against Noel Hickey. A race here involving Michael Kavanagh and Brian Wheelahan. Back to Joe Dooley. It's a low one. Joe had the chance of getting a point that time, but Willie O'Connor instead takes it down, whips it away into midfield. Michael Duignan breaking it down to Johnny Dooley. Spooning it back outside there. Joe Erity, half blocked by Canis Brennan. That's enough. Once again, it's Peter Barry. Likes to rain, but instead it's John Hoyne, in fact. But I think what he did was he threw the ball up to himself.
Yeah. I mean, this is getting a little bit, for Kilkenny, they're worrying. There's a lot of fellas trying to play a lot of individual hurling now, and that's probably not so. There's a lot of men outside him that time. This
is what happened just a little while ago here. And ends up fouling the ball, and the referee was very close at hand. 3 touches of the ball in his hand that time, not allowed. Johnny Dooley dropped in. This is Peter Barry. Hand passed out to Eamon Kennedy, showing good composure. Out to Canis Brennan, the army man. It's a huge one down towards Henry Shefflin. Can they get another one here? Henry's in, and Henry has scored.
I was just about to say, Canis Brennan is the man that will give him quick and early ball. He delivers his first big ball back of the net. That's a great goal by Henry Shefflin. Never took his eye off it.
It could turn into a rout. This All-Leinster All-Ireland final. That was a huge ball by Canis Brennan. It was a beautiful delivery.
No hands, just bang.
Henry Shefflin was anticipating, and he got the better of the back and goalie and kicked it in.
This is what inside forwards need, is fast, quick ball. Fellas soloing around at the middle of the field are useless to inside forwards most of the time.
And there is an injury to Stephen Byrne, but this is where Henry Shefflin got goal number 2 for the day. If we give him the one after 9 minutes, which was, we think, at least I think, scooped from behind the line ever so slightly.
Jerry, I'm going to disagree with you. I think TJ got that goal and we'll allow that one to Henry Shefflin. But it doesn't matter, they're goals and that's all that matters. But that's, you know, they haven't been given fast inside ball. That's the first fast inside ball they've been given. And Canis Brennan did what all good midfield players and halfbacks could do: pick and strike with no hands, give them a quick ball. Some fellas say you need a low ball, but I think you need a fast ball. A fast ball is more important than any kind of a low ball. Quick is what inside forwards like.
Well, another change is about to be made by Offaly, and they're still worried about Stephen Byrne down injured. So the little slip of paper is delivered, and the player who has come into the action is Paddy Mulher, who of course played in the semi-final matches, those exciting semi-final matches a couple of years ago against Clare.
Ger, you know what we said before the match is coming through, the Kilkenny inside forward line had to be stopped, and hasn't.
This was Henry Shefflin's goal. This was Canis Brennan with the most exquisite delivery. Beautiful timing, great run inside, and Kevin Martin simply couldn't stop Shefflin coming through, and the goalkeeper went down injured. So it's Paddy Mulher who's come on, and Brendan Murphy has gone off.
I mean, to be fair to Philly Larkin, we have to recognise this, because Philly Larkin was criticised by ourselves and by everybody, and he was a surprise choice. But he's rallied back, because he'd come out from cornerback to get used to the space at the wing back, and it took him a while to settle. But he comes from a fantastic family, a great tradition, and he's had a wonderful game. And in fairness, Brendan Murphy's only a youngster, and he's done very well this year. But Philly Larkin deserves great credit for his performance today.
Difficult task for Pat Fleury right now. The goal simply flying in.
Poor Henry, poor Stephen Byrne. I mean, it's not a happy day for him in that goal. It's not easy for him. It's not easy when your full back line's under so much pressure.
The ball simply raining in front of him. Nothing they were able to do about it. Gary Hannafy rising up for this one. Kennedy in there again. Stepping out, however, to take it away is the man who's ever assisting his centre-half back, Peter Barry. This time pressurised. Brian Wheelahan getting it forward. John Troy has got into full forward, by the way. And the referee signalling that it's going to be a free out to Kilkenny.
Peter Barry is having a huge game at the half-back line.
In the past, whenever Philly Larkin's been in trouble, or Eamon Kennedy in trouble, any of the matches this year or last year, Barry's been the man who's gone in there time and again and done a superb job.
Well, their entire half-back line are playing very, very well today. I mean, Offaly are having serious problems with their half-forward line, trying to break that half-back line down.
McGarry, that's a huge free, up towards DJ Carey. Breaks down, however, to David Franks. Pursued the whole time by Charlie Carter, can't get his shot away. Lovely pick up, Dennis Byrne, hand pass straight into Ger Oakley. That should be a Kilkenny ball. Kilkenny simply did not want to be beaten. They didn't want to go into history as the first team ever to lose 3 successive All-Ireland hurling finals. Bad one by Comerford. Reaches Dennis Byrne. David Franks pursues him. That's smashing. Lovely score. Really, from the word go, they have looked winners, victors the whole way.
Offaly look out of their depth, there's no question about that.
Here's Dennis Byrne. Quick little turn, getting away from Franks. Easy as you like. This one runs on towards Brian Wheelahan. Chased by the Kilkenny captain, Willie O'Connor. That's a free.
It's surprising too to put him on Willie O'Connor and not at full forward on Noel Hickey. Willie O'Connor won't be overawed by Brian Wheelahan. He will relish the chance of stopping him. Whereas Noel Hickey would have felt, he's only a young boy, he'd have felt a lot of pressure on him. And I'm surprised they didn't put him on Noel Hickey and give him a bit more space in at full forward.
Johnny Dooley will take it. And that has gone wide. It's not looking good for Pat Fleury and his backroom team. And there are many thousands of supporters in a crowd of about 60,000 here at Croke Park this afternoon. Only 15 minutes are left. Joe Erity in there against John Power, runs on beyond them, however. DJ Carey, known as the artful dodger, to his pal John Hoynes around as well. Philly Larkin back here, chased by Paddy Mulhare. Little balancing act there by Philly. This is John Power. He knew he was in for a very tough afternoon against Joe Erity, who gives nobody anything lightly. Simon Wheelahan, Charlie Carter, belting it forward. DJ Carey showing good pace, taking his man out of position. He's held, the referee has awarded a free to Kilkenny, but he might have given them an advantage because DJ had possession. There wasn't too much doubt about this here. Kevin Keenan was dragging him back by the jersey. DJ was scampering away. So Kilkenny's free taker, of course, Henry Shefflin. Nice work.
To be fair to Kevin Keenan over the years, he's had a good record on DJ because there's not too many people can handle this man. And Kevin Keenan is having a tough today, there's no question. But it's stemming from out the middle of the field.
Well, DJ has scored 1 goal this afternoon, may have got a second, which would bring his tally up to 30 goals in Championship Hurling. Incredible record.
Yeah, and his detractors have said he didn't play well in All-Ireland finals, and I don't know whether that's fair, but you know, only for DJ, Kilkenny mightn't have been in several All-Ireland finals.
They don't always see his workload either.
Yes.
I mean, he really works very hard. His work rate is very considerable.
And unlike a lot of forwards, he's very unselfish and gives a lot of ball to his other players and brings them into the game.
Brian Wheelahan spreading it inside there towards Johnny Pilkington. He's lost his stick. Kilkenny not losing their way. Comerford stopped by Simon Wheelahan. 2 men after him. Charlie Carter is one of them. David Franks in to help his number 2.
Johnny Pilkington is a big disappointment for Offaly because they would need him to be inspirational, but he's been everywhere now. He's now moved into left corner forward. Now I know he doesn't like training and he hasn't got a great draw for it, but you know, it catches up on some days, and he needed a big performance to help Offaly big time today.
Here comes Ger Oakley. Good hand pass across here to Johnny Dooley. Lobbed in towards John Troy. McGarry fumbles, comes up with it the second time. He's got support outside there, Peter Barry. And a relieving clearance by the number 7. Johnny Dooley goes across, but it breaks to Canis Brennan instead. The substitute for Kilkenny. Now John Power, good shoulder, waiting for John Hoyne to arrive. John Power and Johnny Dooley and 1 or 2 others. It gets a bit hot and from an Offaly point of view frustrating.
I think John Power started that myself. I think he was a little bit wiry and decided he wanted to have a go, and he went off the ball. In fact, and in fairness, John Power is responsible for that incident in my view.
This is it again here.
See, you know, if that's what's known as being up for it, I think that's the new modern terminology to use for that, Ger.
So John Power is about to get himself a yellow card. and Michael Dignan as well. So Kilkenny with 3 yellow cards, Offaly with 2. Oh, there's another one! Johnny Pilkington gets one back after 24 minutes of the second half. Let's see what happened.
A good catch by Johnny.
This was Johnny Dooley floating it in from the free. And watch for Johnny Pilkington coming in, great catch, trying to step away from trouble and kicking it in. A resourceful goal by the very experienced Offaly man.
Can they get another quickly, Ger? This is the answer.
It's his 6th goal in Championship hurling. Second time I think he scored in an All-Ireland final. He scored against Clare, as you'd remember, in '95. Andy Comerford to take the sideline ball again, not a particularly good one. Reaches John Hoyne. And who replaces Stephen Graham. Canis Brennan. Miss-hit that one, really. Michael Dignan trying to come out towards Johnny Dooley, who really is very much the leader of this Offaly team. They look to him time and again.
Can they get another goal here, Ger? This will set this game alight for the last bit of it.
You remember '94, I guess.
Yes.
They had 9 shots at the target in the last 5 minutes, and they scored 7 times, 2 goals and 5 points. Incredible record. Up they go for it. Johnny Pilkington's fired up. He wants another, but it comes out instead to Andy Comerford, blocked down by Gary Hannafy. Peter Barry racing forward, lobbed in towards John Power. Joe Erity's out quickly. Dennis Burns after him. Here comes Erity. Bad hand pass, always favouring Willie O'Connor. Trying to get away from Toddy Mulher. David Franks balancing it beautifully on the stick like a conjurer. Dropping it in. Again, Offaly look for something. Johnny Pilkington. Here comes John Troy. Are we to be in for a great finish yet? Gary Hannafy. Offaly showing their spirit. Pilkington playing it back to Johnny Dooley. Little dodge away from Eamon Kennedy, and he knocks it over the bar. He's got 8 points in this match. 3 goals between them. But don't switch off just yet.
Need a call from Offaly now. Will be making a great finish.
Johnny Dooley, 8 scores from 15 shots.
They need to raise their spirit everywhere now, Offaly. Everybody's got to fight for everything.
That's beyond Erity, but he's in battling against John Power. Power kicking it ahead towards Henry Shefflin. Missed inside by Kevin Martin. Shefflin once again. Very acute angle. That's a great ball out, but only as far as Johnny Dooley. Taken by Paddy Mulher towards Brian Wheelahan. Willie O'Connor trying to close down the space afforded to him. After him is Peter Barry as well. It's Brian Wheelahan, and he's put it over the bar. 4-12 to 113. It ain't over yet. I must confess I wasn't giving them a ghost of a chance at half-time, but now here they are, this indomitable spirit that is Offaly hurling.
Another goal for Offaly now, Joe, is what's needed for this game, and they are capable of getting it.
Johnny Dooley, 3 men alongside him, but all of them wearing Kilkenny colours. John Hoyne inside towards DJ Kerry, stopped by Kevin Keelahan. The big man coming out as far as Joe Dooley, who's way out around midfield right now. 2 men inside. Here's John Troy. He lets it behind. They come again. Wheelahan's after it. Troy taking it up to a stick. Can't succeed. Paddy Mulher was into challenge. Eamon Kennedy trying to get it out. Scooped up by Peter Barry. Here comes Kennedy once again. Ger Oakley, one-handed, away from Canis Brennan. Down towards Gary Hannafy. The concluding stages of the first hurling final of the new millennium, and only 6.5 minutes are left, and here comes DJ up towards Charlie Carter. It's out of play. Close to getting their 5th goal. DJ was on his hands and knees appealing to the referee that he might have got something out of that.
This is a vital puck out, this one. This is a big puck out.
Joe Dooley loses it to Peter Barry. Johnny Dooley about to challenge. It's touched on the ground. It's a free. Free to Offaly. 6 minutes left.
He has to play it in.
Johnny bearing the scars of battle. What a very sporting match it certainly has been. Brian looks at his watch, still over 5.5. DJ has switched with John Hoyne. Johnny Dooley drops it in towards Brian Wheelahan. Hurley's reaching out for it. Here comes Eamon Kennedy. He's looked assured, he's looked very solid and dependable. Out to Johnny Dooley, this one comes, gets away from Canis Brennan. They need the ball inside, they need scores, they need something, but they get nothing.
That is very surprising from Johnny Dooley. That was a vital ball in an All-Ireland final. It really had to be kept alive. You know, it was a serious risk to take. They just need a goal, they can't waste anything now.
Pat Fleury, the captain in 95, pacing up and down the line. And running up along the sideline as well, I've seen Brian Cody. Wanted to keep his side with their noses in front at all stages. But here comes Michael Dignan, kicking it to the centre towards Gary Hannafy, pulling on it, getting it back. Dignan going this way, that way, and the other way, and in the end it's a foul. He's taken far too much out of that. Loads of protests, but it certainly is going to be a free. There he was, step, 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 and at the end a free.
A point from Dennis Byrne here, and it may be good night.
Dennis Byrne with 4 points in the match so far from the centre of the field. He puts it wide. 8 wides for Kilkenny, 9 wides for Offaly. Concerned Kilkenny fans, but my goodness, they've had a good afternoon. Their team has scored 4 goals and 12 so far, and that's put wide by DJ Carey. And Brian Cody has made another change. He has brought in Eddie Brennan into his team.
And this is another exciting Kilkenny player. Eddie Brennan is a very, very exciting young talent.
Player going off, by the way, is Canis Brennan. Eamon Kennedy back up towards DJ Carey, breaking it down. Kevin Martin comes racing out from corner back, where he's been positioned for most of the second half. Out towards Ger Oakley, towards David Franks. Names for the future. And Offaly will have a big future with a good minor team and a good under-21 team as well. And that time, Johnny Pilkington lost the stick, dragged back the defender, who was Michael Kavanagh. And the referee has once again noted his number. In fact, he's been noted already, according to my sheet here, so that should have been a yellow card, but all immaterial with 3 minutes to go, really. Here's Charlie Carter. And the umpires have a little look, and they're not quite sure. In the end, they give it. Offaly protest.
Down the end of that goal, it's very, very difficult to see down the end of that goal. There's so many nets and wires there. It is a difficult area, and I feel sorry for the umpires. If you get down behind that goal, you'll see how difficult it is. Now, this is crazy, really, isn't it?
Absolute confusion. It's not been allowed. It's wide. It was driven in. The umpires really hadn't a chance with this one because there's so little space behind the goal and the netting. So it remains 4-12 to 113. Kilkenny very much the masters. 2 minutes left. And that's also gone wide. That wide was by Henry Shefflin.
I mean, it has to be said, Offaly have given us great entertainment for the last number of years. They've been a tremendous team. Hubert Rigney was a huge loss to them today. You know, they've been wonderful. But today, they're just not good enough on the day. They don't have enough firepower for this Kilkenny team.
That was Eddie Brennan falling down over there. The clearance by Kevin Martin. Great catch by Michael Kavanagh. Tidy player. Doesn't often get the limelight, but he does a good job.
Yeah, he was pulled on there, there's no question about it. I mean, that's frustration, but it's not acceptable, but he pulled straight across them as far as I could see.
Well, Johnny Pilkington's going to be booked now, but the fact of the matter is, if the referee had been noting it earlier on, instead of being a yellow, it would have been a red.
Now that's frustration. But to be fair, Ger, over the years, Offaly have been wonderful with the little resources they have. Some people have doubted them, but over the last 10 years, has there been a better team than this Offaly team when they've had a full pick? And in fairness to Pat Fleury, he's had a difficult job patching this team up. And as I said, Hubert Rigney is a huge loss to that team. And they can't afford to lose that many players. They simply just can't afford to lose them. They don't have the resources. All of the Offaly hurling is within a few miles of Burr. So they've been giving us tremendous value for the last number of years.
Well, it's not Pat Fleury's fault. He's done his bit. But this afternoon they ran into a Kilkenny thunderbolt, quite honestly. Kilkenny were not to be denied at the third time of asking. Philly Larkin has been so impressive. Likewise, Peter Barry. In it goes. They look for a fifth goal. John Hoyne leaving it. John Power was after it as well. Now Eddie Brennan trying to get it out towards John Power in there. The match now, as you can see, in injury time. They come once more, and that's another lovely score. It's put over the bar. It's Eddie, is it DJ or Eddie Brennan?
DJ
Barry, indeed.
But can I say as well, Joe, and it's a fantastic Peter Barry, Andy Comerford, and these people have been tremendous servants to Kilkenny hurling. They've worked their butt off to try and win all their medal, and this is their first, and that shouldn't be forgotten. They've been magnificent hurlers as well.
It's going to be Kilkenny's first title in 7 years. Nicely taken by James McGarry. Broken down to Andy Comerford. Simon Wheelahan trying to deflect it away. Here comes Eddie Brennan. Here's another one. It's all over now.
I told you he was a wonderful player. He was unlucky not to be on this team.
And so in the National League, destroying a Kilkenny or a Tipperary back line down in fairness. Here he came through. Wonderful pace. And a smashing strike way into the corner. And Stephen Byrne is beaten for the 5th time.
That's a DJ special.
It's curious, you know, Kilkenny have only created one more scoring chance than Offaly, 30 to 29. And yet they are running away with this final. There's another, and it sails over the bar.
He caught her on his back. Watch it, he just caught the ball past, he caught it on his back. I mean, that was an incredible point from DJ. I mean, this man is a world player for any sport. You can say what you like. You know, the great players of the world, Maradona's, Pele's, everybody. I mean, you know, you get these special players, and there's no question DJ is one of them.
And there are still so-called experts writing and telling us that he ain't that terribly good. The man is a genius. James McGarry saving this one. Linking up with Willie O'Connor. Now it's up to the referee to see how much time is left before Kilkenny get their hands on the Liam McCarthy Cup. Charlie Carter striking. That's a beauty.
Full credit to Kilkenny. This is exhibition hurling. You know, and it's just like they got out of jail there. They're starting to do everything now. They're so fluent.
The fans will enjoy this. Brian Cody has done it. There is absolutely no doubt in the world. They looked winners at half-time. And now the referee just prolonging the agony for another couple of seconds. But it's agony for Offaly.
But Offaly won't begrudge this year to Kilkenny either. Be assured of that. I mean, Offaly people have had great success and they won their All-Ireland 98. They won't begrudge this victory to Kilkenny at the end of it all.
This is stopped by Stephen Byrne. Peter Barry. Here comes Michael Dignan. The referee has played over 3 minutes of injury time. Johnny Pilkington. And it's Willie O'Connor who comes out minus the stick. Plenty of time to ask a colleague, Eamon Kennedy, to come and deliver it down the field. Joe Erity. Johnny Dooley dropped back in beyond Pilkington. Another chance, a late chance, and it's put over the bar. Over the bar by Paddy Mulher. His first point. A 13-point lead for Kilkenny. It's every bit as emphatic as many people had feared. The referee has played 4 minutes of injury time. Hard to understand why.
He's enjoying the exhibition.
There's a touch of the Leinster final second half about this. John Hoyne going through. Eddie Brennan. They try to keep him out. The referee's whistle goes, and Kilkenny have won the first hurling final of the new millennium. They've lost the last two. To Offaly in '98, to Cork in '99. But in 2000, they have won a most wonderful victory. Peter Barry dances around the place. The Liam McCarthy Cup is going back to the Marble City. Andy Comerford played his part in midfield. He fed ball after ball in to a most wonderful inside forward line, and they were equal to it. They scored 5 goals in all. 5 goals and 15 points to Offaly's 1 goal and 14. There's only one winner. It's a day for winners. Willie O'Connor takes the Liam McCarthy Cup. Sean McCaig making the presentation, and it's Kilkenny who are the champions once again. Champions now for the 26th time. They weren't going to be denied. Losing in the last 2 years was a bitter pill for them to swallow. But they're all sharing in the celebrations, sharing in the enjoyment of what is a wonderful moment for them.